fourth grade writers. It's Mrs. Shandavez here to teach you your writing lesson today. So let's first start off by kind of reviewing what we have been working on for the last week and a half in Writer's Workshop. So we have started writing fictional narratives, and remember that fiction stories are made-up stories, and there are some fiction stories that could really happen. Those are called realistic fiction. And so we are writing a fictional narrative story. Now, a narrative is just a story that follows in an order from beginning to middle to end. So last week, you came up with your characters, you came up with your problem, you came up with your solution, and you also came up with your rough draft, your first draft. Many of you submitted your draft last Thursday, and some of you may still be working on those. And so the other fourth grade teachers and I thought we really could use a lesson on how to stretch out our fictional narrative stories that we're working on. So today we're going to be asking ourselves the question, what else happened? Okay, that's a really important question I want you to keep in your mind. What else happened? Okay? So today we're going to learn that writers reread their stories to find just one event and ask themselves, what else happened? And so when we do that, we're going to ask, did I leave out a detail? Will the reader understand without that detail? And then I'm going to add in those details in the order that they happened. So I've got a story to share with you. The story doesn't happen to have a title yet, which is fine, but let me read it to you. It says, one cold December Saturday, a family piled into their car. They were on their way to get a new puppy. When they arrived at the breeder's house, there was only one puppy left. They bought him. Okay, so this seems like a pretty decent beginning to a story, but would you agree with me that it's missing some details? So you and I are going to work this morning on how to add in some of those details and how to ask what else happened. So I want you to meet me over at the desk in a couple of minutes, and we will work together on how to add those details in. All right, readers, thanks for joining me back at the table. So now we're going to take another look at the story again, just to refresh our memories, and we're going to figure out where we can add more details. One cold December Saturday, a family piled into their car. They were on their way to get a new puppy. When they arrived at the breeder's house, there was only one puppy left. They bought him. So I'm sure you can agree that there's a lot of things that I can add to this story to make it more interesting. Right now it sounds pretty boring, and I don't want it to be a boring story. So I need to add some details in there to make it more interesting. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little star right here after the sentence where it says they were on their way to get a new puppy. Okay, so I'm going to put a star over here off to the side. And I'm just going to add in some other details for my story, because I'd like to know what kind of puppy were they going to get? What kind of dog breeder was it? Where was the dog breeder? And why were they buying that particular dog? So let's get started. The family had seen a calendar with dogs on each page, and when they saw a picture of a Vizsla, and that's really how you spell that word, a Vizsla puppy, they wanted one. So they did research a breeder in Western Indiana who had some Vizsla puppies Okay, so I added some more details. I wrote the family had seen a calendar with dogs on each page, and when they saw a picture of a Vizsla puppy, they wanted one. They did research and found a breeder in Western Indiana who had some Vizsla puppies left. And then when we go back over to our star, it says when they arrived at the breeder's house, there was only one puppy left, so they bought him. Okay, so then I might decide right here that I can add some more details. What happened after they bought the dog? So today when you're doing your writing, I would like for you to reread what you've written, and I'd like for you to pick one spot in your story where you can ask yourself what else happened. And I want you to add some more details to that story to make it more interesting. Then when you are finished, I want you to upload a picture of your new story with those new details up to Canvas so that your teachers and I can take a look at what you've come up with. Happy writing today, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.